Hey guys, welcome to Black Ambassadors of Change. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So let's talk politics this week, guys. Politics is in our mind. Black Ambassadors of Change. Welcome back to Black Ambassadors of Change. So this week, the election just went by and the Democrats lost terribly all over the country. And the news organization asked a couple of the senators and congressmen what were their thoughts on the results of the election. So let's just take a look and hear what they have to say, and then I'll come back and give my take on what I think transpired and where the Democrats went wrong. Take a look.
People have spoken to respect the results when they said Terry McAuliffe is a great leader and he was a great governor of the state.
Does it change the agenda for the House?
No.
Well, let me just talk about the reaction to that. It's just unbelievable when I see it. The country's divided as it is right now. I think that, we need to work together. That's all. We just need to come together, which I've been preaching forever.
Failure to deliver. Congress has to deliver. Windows closing. We have no more time. We need to get it done. And as one who will be running for re-election in 2022, I need results that I can show the American people.
The results yesterday in Virginia, maybe New Jersey as well, were disappointing but not surprising. I think Terry McAuliffe has been saying for weeks that his fate was tied to the progress of negotiations here on Capitol Hill, and there ought to be a clear message to my party and all those who support it to get the job done.
If we had been able to deliver infrastructure and reconciliation in mid-October, he could have sold universal pre-K, affordable child care, infrastructure, creating jobs. And you know what? We're going to get both of these bills.
I can't say it any blunter than I just said it. This is all about delivering on kitchen table issues like reducing prescription drug prices and then telling consumers how it actually works.
There is no way that you can blame a 12-point swing on one bill. Also just would reject the idea that Congress hasn't done anything and we don't have anything, that candidates don't have anything to run on. Every single candidate could run right now on the American Rescue Plan, which was a phenomenal achievement that Congress got done with not a single Republican vote. With only Democratic votes and tight margins, we delivered shots in arms under President Biden's leadership. We delivered millions of dollars to small businesses under President Biden's leadership. We delivered real money in people's pockets with those survival checks under President Biden's leadership and Democrats in the House and the Senate.
Just based on what you saw last night, do you think voters were sending the message that your party should pare back on the very progressive policies that they're pushing right now?
Manu, I'm not going to speak on the message that was sent. I just think that the message that was really sent, if we're going to do something, let's take time and do it right. Let's make sure that people know what's in it. And I've said that before.
Does it really give you pause that people are rejecting this push towards more progressive policies?
I don't believe they are. I don't believe that at all.
The labels progressive, conservative mean less these days than ever before. What people want is to see the pandemic going away, life going back to normal, the economy recovering, not only roads, bridges, ports and airports, but also child care.
We can never run just on anti-Trump. That is not a message that voters are going to resonate to. We have to run on the things we do when voters deliver us majorities in the House, the Senate, and the White House.
Was it a mistake for the White House to engage in negotiations with Manchin and Sinema for as long as they did on this larger bill?
I am really not going to look backward. I'm looking forward to what we can do in the next 10 days, 2 weeks, because our window here is closing for credibility.
Do you feel like, you've been for weeks calling on your moderate senators to get behind something. Is it their fault, essentially, that they have not gone behind that?
I don't want to point a finger of blame, but I will tell you this. There's no time left. this warning to us came early enough for us to do something about it. Now we have to respond.
I'm saying it's on all of us. It's on progressives who wanted to be too purist. It's on moderates who wanted to be too purist. It's on the House who wanted it their way and the Senate who wanted it their way. You got to be able to make a deal and deliver results. And we delivered a great result for the American public, the American Rescue Plan. That was 8 months ago. They want more results, and we got to deliver because we are the majority, and they expect us to deliver. What do you think?
Okay, guys. So welcome back. The Democrats, it feels like deja vu all over again for me. I don't know about you, but it seems like when the Democrats get into office, they have a problem with doing things what they say they're going to do. It seems like, unlike the Republicans, they always seek the Republicans to co-sign with them on their agenda, which never happens. In fact, the Republicans make it plain to everyone that they're going to sabotage everything the Democrats do. Yet the Democrats spend an enormous amount of their time and their capital pursuing the Republicans in order to get a bipartisan bill passed. Now, that may sound good on its face, but in today's political reality, it's almost suicide. And the Democrats are realizing the results of that once again. The reason I said it feels like deja vu, think about when President Obama became president. Mitch basically said, McConnell said that he was going to make it very difficult for President Obama to succeed in everything, and he's going to vote no on everything. He's basically said the same thing again. And it seems like the Democrats didn't learn anything from that experience, because we are back at the same place again with the Republicans blocking everything that the Democrats put forward. And maybe agreeing with it in front of the media, and then when time comes to vote, voting no, or vice versa. So the thing is, what is the Democrats supposed to do? I think they need to do what Republicans do. Stick to your gun, look to your voters for reinforcement, and pursue your goals that you set out during the election. Now, when you have people like Joe Manchin consistently sabotaging or delaying what the Democrats want to put forward, then you have a problem. Now, I'm not against people having their own point of views and looking out for what they think their local voters voted for them to do. But at the same time, you have to keep that in perspective to know that your party and the party that you represent have a bigger agenda for the country. So yes, you have to think about your constituents, but you also have to think about what's in the best interest of your country on a whole. Holding up a bill because you don't like a certain part of it is not the way to go. You try to negotiate those things, and if you don't, maybe try it another time to fix those things. But you just don't hold up the whole agenda of your party because you want to get your way. And that goes the same for the extreme liberals in the Democratic Party. They have thrown in everything, including the kitchen sink, into this bill. So of course you give the Republicans fodder to go against this bill and go on Fox and go on all the news programs and say, oh, well, the Democrats want to raise their taxes. They want to do this. They're putting a million and one things into this bill, and they don't know what's in the bill. A secret for you guys. Most senators and congressmen don't know what's in any bill. So for the Republicans to come and say, well, the Democrats don't know what's in the bill, they're being disingenuous. But again, The Democrats gave them an opening, and the Republicans, as usual, always take that opening. Now, if the Democrats had focused themselves and gotten a clean bill for infrastructure, let's deal with trains, roads, airplanes, things of that nature, maybe broadband, but they want to throw everything in there and have this humongous bill that gives the Republicans a way out of saying, hey guys, look what the Democrats are doing. They're putting forward this $3 trillion bill. Even though it's over 10 years, they don't say it's over 10 years. They project the bill as if it's a 1 year, $3 trillion bill, which it's not. Again, it's an opening given to the Republicans by the Democrats. If you notice, when the Republicans are in office and they have a bill, it's generally a really simple slogan, 2 or 3 word or 4 words, maybe max slogan, so the American people can understand. The Democrats always come into office and they have these long worded bills, because I think in some ways they think by making things sound complicated, they're sounding intelligent. But what they're doing, they're confusing the American people. They're leaving themselves open so the Republicans can interpret the bills any way they please. And misinterpret it, I should say. So it just feels like we're like a dog chasing its tail and never going to catch its tail. The Democrats, again, get caught up in all these social issues and give the Republicans an opening again. The extreme issues. How about, I don't think most people voted for them for that. Most people voted for them to fix the COVID situation, fix the economy, fix the infrastructural issues that we are having in our country. And I think those are the most important thing. And locally, I would say fix the crime and the homelessness that's plaguing many big cities all around the country. And as far as African American community goes, we are also asking for you to fix the voting right bill so it doesn't have to come up for reinstatement.